So what we're gonna do first is take off the washer tank right here, and you want to do that by taking off the bolt right here, and there's a plug right here that's connected to everything else, and there's another hose just on the bottom of that, and you want to unplug that, but make sure that none of the fluid leaks out of it, so you want to plug it as soon as you can. Alright, so once you've got that off, you want to take this cover off, and you remove 3 bolts that are located here, here, and here.
Remove the right wheel to get to the engine undercover.
Now you're going to remove the engine undercover, and you're going to take off these 2 bolts right here. There's one right here, 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 and that's it. So what you're going to do now is you're going to remove those 4 bolts, just loosen them up for now, and you're going to want to take the belt off by loosening the tension on the alternator belt right there. To loosen the tension on the alternator drive belt, you're going to loosen the pivot bolt, the adjusting bolt, and the lock bolt that is found right underneath there. Now you're going to loosen the idler pulley mount bolt right there, and then you remove the adjusting bolt right on top. And then after that, it's just going to drop and you'll be able to take the belt off. To remove the PC pump drive belt, you're going to want to loosen the lock bolt right here. And after that, you're going to go underneath and look for the adjusting bolt. And now you're going to want to loosen this bolt as well, the pivot bolt, and that's what's going to make the belt loose, so you can take it off.
Now we're going to remove the engine valve cover. We're removing this bolt, that bolt, this one, this one. Remove the tensioner pulley. Remove the crankshaft pulley.
If you're lucky enough to get the pulley off itself, it'll just come off. If not, you're going to have to use the puller, which is right here. What you don't want to do is pry from the back, because if you do, the rubber right here, it'll mess up and you'll end up getting vibrations. In order to set the timing, you want to make sure that the tick on the crankshaft pulley is lined up with the 0 on the time belt cover. And next part is you want to make sure that the E is lined up with the tick on the back right here. And you can see that right there. We're setting our own marks on the timing belt and the pulley over there for the crankshaft pulley. Also, we're setting the ones on top for the camshaft pulley and the timing belt up there as well. And that little mark, the arrow, is just our own way. Yeah. Should I reference you? Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to loosen the tensioner pulley, and once you do that, you want to push it that way, inwards, and the timing belt should come off. So now you're going to loosen the tension on the bolt, and that should be able to make the spring come off, and you'll be able to pull the tensioner out. Once you got the spring off, you just need to move this side to side just to get the tensioner off, and you'll put your new one back in. So now you're going to want to remove the nuts on the bottom, and after that there's another bolt on top, so you're going to put a piece of wood with a jack stand right underneath the engine, and you're just going to lift it up and remove the top bolt. So you're going to have a piece of wood underneath the engine just so it doesn't get messed up by the metal part, and you're going to remove the top bolt right there, and you're going to take the timing belt off after that. Now that you've got the new belt, just make sure to transfer the marks from one belt to the other and make sure they're both aligned. Now you've got your belt on, make sure the belt lines up with the timing the mark on the camshaft, and that it also lines up on the crankshaft as well. And after that, you're gonna rotate it clockwise to remove the tension, and then you're gonna tighten up the bolt after that. Make sure when you put the cover back on that the lip is facing outside, just so you don't end up cutting the timing belt. Now that you've got the timing belt cover on, now it's time to put back all the bolts. So you start with the water pump pulley bolts, all 4 of them. Just gonna end up tightening the crankshaft pulley. Now what you want to do is you want to put on the tensioner that you had on before. Make sure you don't tighten it all the way, but you still want to put your belts on. Now that you've got your tensioner on, you want to make sure that you put the idler pulley belt back on the same way it was taken off. Now what you want to do is you want to put back your PC drive belt, and the way you do that is you pull this, so loosen the tension, and you're just going to slide the belt on. Now what's left is the alternator drive belt, so you're just going to line that up the same way you had it on before, and after that you're just going to tighten up all the tension on it. After all that, all you want to do is put some silicone on your valve cover, and after that you're just going to tighten up all the bolts and nuts. Then you put your spark plugs in, you tighten up the bolts here as well, and there you go. That's your timing belt change. Alright, today we're going to show you how to take off the timing belt on a 97 Toyota Corolla 1.8 liter engine.